So I failed miserably at the keto diet. What's up guys, and welcome back. Today I wanted to create a video for you because Mike and I are officially 1 week into the keto diet. And the first time around that I did this diet, I completely failed. And there are so many things that we are doing differently this time that is helping us succeed. The keto diet is very complicated. Once you figure out all the things that you need to be doing while on the keto diet, it's a lot easier, and it's a lot easier to make that into more of a lifestyle change. And that is kind of what I'm hoping to do. We are so far planning on doing about 8 to 10 weeks of keto and then seeing how we're feeling and maybe incorporating a little bit more carbs into our diets, just seeing what our bodies can tolerate. But the first time I tried out keto was about April or May of 2017, and I don't even know if I officially went into or stayed in ketosis because I had no way of measuring whether or not I was there. I also was cheating a lot on my macros, and I just had a really hard time giving up carbs and sweets, and I just wanted to give myself treats every once in a while. So I don't think I actually even ended up really doing the diet, and that's one thing you need to know. If you're going to do the keto diet, you absolutely 100% have to commit to sticking to your macros. There are no cheat days on keto. So ultimately, I wanted to create this video for you guys to share my tips and tricks and things that I have learned along the way and different ways that I have prepared to go into this diet this time around and why so far I am succeeding. So this is going to be my 4 tips on starting the keto diet. So the first thing that you need to do when starting the keto diet is do your research. I feel like the first time around I had an idea of what keto was, but I didn't really do enough thorough research. So you want to know exactly what the diet is that you are about to start. One thing that I had no idea and did not know about keto and did not even try was the fact that it is most effective in conjunction with intermittent fasting. So not only do I need to know what the ketogenic diet is, I also need to know what intermittent fasting is. You also want to do more research into other people's experiences on the diet, because people will share their tips and tricks and things that will help you succeed and avoid any sort of side effects or drawbacks that come with the diet. You also need to do your research because you need to decide if it's actually going to work with your lifestyle and with your schedule. Another thing that I did already know how to use, but you should know how to use before starting a ketogenic diet, and that is how to track your macros. So I've been tracking my macros for well over a year, probably going on 2 years now, off and on. I don't always track my macros, but I do know how to determine what is in my food. That's one thing that I've noticed about Mike starting to do this. He has never been on a structured diet before, so I've been trying to really help him out with it. And so I set him up with MyFitnessPal, and it's so funny, he'll scan something or look at it and he'll be like, oh my gosh, there are freaking carbs in everything, and it's so frustrating for him. But that's just one thing that you need to be aware of when you're starting a diet and when you are trying to eat more structured, is just know what is in your food. And the importance of tracking your macros, especially in the ketogenic diet, is because your diet needs specific percentages of different types of nutrients. So the ketogenic diet is standard is about 75% fat, 20% protein, and 5% carbs based on your total BMR or what your fitness goal is. If you're trying to lose weight, then you usually start at your BMR. You can look up different websites or just Google how to find BMR, and there are different resources online that will help you figure out what that is for yourself. That stands for basal metabolic rate, and that's basically just what your body needs to take in order to just survive throughout the day without any sort of activity. So that is actually where we started as a baseline for our calorie needs in order to start losing weight on keto. And it is different for every single person. So once you know what your BMR is, you can even open this up in the MyFitnessPal app and just put in your starting weight and then put in your goal weight, whatever that may be. I mean, you can just put a goal weight in to start and then put in how much weight you want to be losing per week. I think it goes from half a pound a week to a pound a week. I don't think that they recommend you do any more than that, but you can also do this in gaining or losing, whichever your goal is. But once you put that in, it will give you an estimated amount of calories you should be eating in the day, and then you just adjust your percentages for your different macros, which are carbs, proteins, and fats, to the 75-25% that I just told you guys about. And then that will ultimately give you how many grams of each of those nutrients you can eat throughout the day. The next tip for you guys is to set realistic expectations. Weight loss and fitness in general is not linear. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take time and patience and dedication. So ultimately, every day you're going to wake up, you're going to have a choice. And that choice is going to be to work towards your goals or give up on your goals. That is where the mental part of the diet comes in. You need to consciously make the choices toward a healthier lifestyle, toward your goals, toward healthier eating. You know, you need to make sure that you're consciously thinking about these things, and even if you do have a craving, or even if you're not feeling great that day, or you're feeling a little crabby, just keep your eye on that end goal that you have, and if you stick to it, you're going to get there. But you really need to know that it's not going to happen overnight. I mean, over this past week, I've lost 2 pounds, but I look in the mirror and it literally looks like I don't look any different, and that can be really frustrating for people who are constantly weighing themselves, constantly checking in the mirror, just not knowing and trusting that it takes time to see results. Tip number 3 is know what to expect. And what I mean by that is there are so many different things that come with the keto diet, especially number 1, which you may have heard about if you have done any other research into the diet, and that's one of the biggest things that pop up when people search keto online, and that is the keto flu. So one thing that you'll learn about being in a ketogenic state is that your body does not hold on to water. So you will dehydrate very, very quickly if you are not constantly drinking water. And because you are constantly drinking water and your body is not holding on to all of that, it's just constantly running through your system, you're losing a lot of electrolytes. When you're not properly balancing those electrolytes and replenishing them, that is how you start to suffer from like flu-like symptoms, which they call the keto flu. And so you'll get headaches, you'll get moody, you'll feel muscle cramps, you'll have a hard time sleeping. Mostly it's the mood, I feel like. I definitely hit the keto flu the first time that I tried keto because I was not drinking enough water and I didn't get enough salt in my system. I was miserable. I was so mean, and I didn't know why. I was so angry. Mike was like, "You're being so mean right now." And I had a terrible headache. I would just go to bed early. I would just feel like crap, like I had no energy at all. I couldn't get anything done. I was like, this is awful. And that was for days at a time. It's not guaranteed that you will experience those symptoms, but it absolutely can happen. So you need to be prepared and know that that is a possibility, so that you're not just like, this diet sucks in general, this is stupid, I'm not doing this. Because most likely it's because you aren't doing some other things that you could do to prevent that from happening or alleviate that and make your transition into ketosis that much easier. So you also need to know that at the start of ketosis, your performance is lowered. So if you're going to the gym hard, or you're going to try and work out exactly at the same time that you start this new diet, if you're just going to start working out in general, it's going to be very difficult. You're going to feel like you don't have a lot of energy because it just takes a while for your body to switch over into that fat burning process from the sugar burning process. You're not going to be able to lift as heavy, or you're not going to be able to have as much endurance, or you're just not going to feel like normal. But once you get past that hump, you should also know that you have more energy, you have more mental clarity, you're focused, you have better moods, you're not cranky, you're not going from those constant insulin highs and lows. Also, with the combination, like I said, of intermittent fasting, you have a suppressed appetite, especially on the high-fat diet. You feel full, you don't feel like you're starving, even if you are eating less calories to lose weight. You just don't feel the same way that you do if you cut carbs but not enough carbs to go into ketosis. It's a completely different type of diet. So tip number 4 is going to be prepared. You have to be prepared in order to succeed. So there are a few different things that you should really be focusing on before starting the keto diet. One thing that is super important for the keto diet is to use supplements. You're losing so many electrolytes, you're not replenishing as many minerals as you normally would because they're just rushing through your body very, very quickly. So you need to use the proper supplements. So if you guys want to know about what supplements I personally take to keep myself level throughout the day and keep me from experiencing any keto flu symptoms, I can absolutely make a video like that for you guys, specifically for like supplements and just staples you need in general to succeed in the keto diet. You can just leave me a comment below letting me know if you would like to see something like that. So another way to be prepared is to look up what foods are allowed in the diet and then work from there and decide which of those foods and that food list you actually like. Once you have that list of foods that fit within the keto diet that you also like, be sure to look up a bunch of recipes. You want to know how to put you can keep it very basic to begin with and just go with like basically your proteins, your fats, your veggies, and that's it. You can just have a very basic meal, but after a while that's going to start getting boring. So whenever you feel like you want to start getting a little bit more creative with your meals, there are so many resources available online. For me, number 1 is absolutely Pinterest. I go on Pinterest quite often, almost every single week, and I just search keto recipes or keto dinners or keto desserts or keto snacks or just keto anything, and there are so many different recipes that people have come up with for you so that you don't have to do all of the work. And then once you go through all of those recipes or all of those foods that you actually like, go ahead and make a grocery list, because you want to make sure that you're going to have something on hand at all times to eat for any meal of the day and any snack of the day, things that will fit within your diet. And that is going to be the best way to succeed and stick to your goals, because then that way you have something there that you can grab and you don't have to be like, oh, I don't have anything to eat, let me just grab this chocolate bar, let me just grab this potato, let me just grab, like, whatever, let me just grab this bag of chips. Like, that's another thing. If you can, throw that stuff away. If not, just put it away to a place where you can't see it and in a cupboard that you don't normally look in, because eventually you'll forget that it's there. Another big thing is food prepping. Food prepping is going to be a big part of this diet because you don't have time to be making food all the time. So dedicate one day a week after you do your grocery shopping. So say you do your grocery shopping on Saturday evening or even Sunday morning. Do your food prep all that day. Put together breakfast, lunches, and dinners, just easy things that you can grab throughout the week so that you don't have to do a ton of cooking, and that'll really, really help you stay on track. So tip number 5, yes, I'm adding an extra tip here. I forgot about this one, so this is actually going to be 5 tips you get in added bonus, and that is listen to your body. That is one thing that people don't do when they're on a diet, is they don't give themselves what they need in order to continue on in that diet, and they just make themselves miserable. You may be deficient in your vitamins, you may need to eat more. You also, like I said, might need to wait to start working out until you're more adapted. One thing that's huge, and that I kept telling Mike because he felt like he was starving and he was miserable for a few days, was eat more food. That's okay. It's okay to eat more so that you feel better. He was also saying that for a couple of days he felt like his heart was racing, that his heart was fluttering, and he was having palpitations, and that actually, when I googled that, that is a sign that you aren't eating enough. So we raised up his calories to maintenance calories for what his weight is, and he's been at that for a couple of days now, and he's feeling so much better. So it also comes down to adjusting things as needed. Because you need to listen to your body. You don't want to hurt your body. You shouldn't be feeling super uncomfortable. You shouldn't be feeling like you're starving on this diet. You shouldn't be doing something that makes you miserable. You want to make it as comfortable as possible so that you'll continue to do it and you'll be able to reach your goals. So I believe that is it for my 5 tips on starting the keto diet. 5 tips to help you succeed and make sure that you don't fail like I did the first time around. I hope that it was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, as always, you can leave them in the comment section below, and I will try my best to answer them all as best as I can. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you liked it and you want to see more of my keto journey. I'm going to be posting a lot more content on this because it's something that I have found to be something that I'm very passionate about and that I'm really enjoying, and I would like to help others out. So that will be mixed in with more of my fitness and makeup stuff because, you know, all of that is just me. Like makeup, fitness, eating healthy, and crafting, and Harry Potter. That is what you'll find on this channel. So if you're into any of those things, I recommend that you subscribe and stick around and be my friend. And yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun together. So I thought it would be fun to add a little clip at the end of this video for you guys to give you an example of a food prep item to make, and that is egg cups. For the first few days on the diet, I was making my breakfast every single day, and it was eggs, bacon, spinach, veggies, oil, and cheese, and it was taking me half an hour to 45 minutes to put my breakfast together. And then I saw a recipe online for egg cups, which you bake in the oven and you make ahead and you keep them in the fridge, and it's basically all of the same stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and show that to you. It's super easy to make. It's super easy to just grab in the morning and take with you so that you can heat it up later on if you're at work and you're also doing intermittent fasting and you want to wait to eat a little bit later in the morning and not have to eat right away. So I'm gonna insert that here for you guys to check out, and hopefully that will help kind of get you kick-started, jump-started into more of the diet. So happy researching. Make sure that this isn't the only video that you watch because there's so much information out there. But I'm very excited for you, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye! Okay, so now we're going to start putting our egg cups together. So I have a little pan here. I don't have a muffin pan, so I guess we're making Christmas-shaped egg cups. And I have all of my sauteed veggies ready to go, so we're going to be making 3 different kinds of egg cups today, just for a variety throughout the week. So I have 6 slices of bacon here that I chopped up because we're doing 6 cup batches and I want to make sure that everything is evenly distributed for the macro purposes. And then I also have all of my sauteed veggies here. So we're going to do spinach, mushroom, and bacon, and then we're also going to do pepper, onion, and bacon, and then broccoli and bacon. So let's go ahead and put these together. Oven preheated to 350, and these are going to go in for about 30 minutes, and we'll just keep an eye on them until they're fully cooked through. And all those things we try forgetting, I remember, but we say we all fine, we all fine. Sunny day dreams and we up now. Vodka lemonade, I serve it up, it goes down. 75 degrees in a dope sound. All you need to live fine, to live fine. A little sunshine, cause she needed a dose of rainfall in the evening. The waves crash down and we feel them. Say here's to the nights we still